Sometimes, guys, you just have to put your foot down and tell prospective clients, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not using that material, and I'm not putting my name on that. Hey man, if you're just getting started in the lawn care industry, there's going to come a time whenever you're asked to do some landscaping work. And one of the mistakes that I would warn you not to make is using inferior materials, okay? I'm talking like stuff from big box stores that are just cheaply made. And where this stems from, guys, is that it's a mistake that I made whenever I first started. A few of the first landscaping projects I did whenever I first started my lawn care business, it was things like, some cheap border material, like that plastic stuff that clients were wanting me to use because it was keeping the cost down, or like a rubber border, or it could have been like some stepping paths, but they were like those really generic cheap stepping stones, but they look like they're trying to be like authentic cut. It just looked very homeownerish, if you will. And it's a mistake that I made by allowing myself to do that. I had seen work of professional landscapers, and I'm like, man, I'm doing a good job installing this, but it just didn't look good, And the reason is because it was inferior materials, man. They just did not look good. Like the plastic border stuff, it kind of would get wobbly. You couldn't stake it in right. It kind of faded over time, or the rubber stuff, the rubber border, the client, they'd want you to install that because it's cheaper than the metal edging. And then, you're messing with that stuff, and it's almost impossible to get the bend right. And it's just, it comes with these cheap little stakes. It's like, it's terrible, And I remember finishing up those jobs and looking at it and not being proud of the work I did. And that's really what it comes down to, man. I didn't like going to the client at the end and they look at it and they're not overly impressed with it because it's something that they could have done themselves, They are paying you, guys, to provide them with a service that they don't want to handle or that they can't handle. And your job is to elevate whatever it is. You're the professional, and you use professional materials. So now, man, whenever people ask me to install things that are, in my opinion, like homeowner grade looking stuff, we just don't do it, man. Like, but you want us to do it, we're going to use professional steel edging, and that's it. That's the only way we're going to do it, or we're just going to cut you a new edge. I'm not installing any of those wooden planks around the border of your flower bed. I'm not installing any plastic. We're not doing generic paver stones. I mean, we are going to use, bona fide, nice materials that I'm proud of, And again, at the end, what I want to do is, and what you should be striving to do is when you shake the client's hand at the end, they should look at that and think, man, I'm really, really glad that I hired this person to do this. They use better materials than I was going to use. They got it done quicker than I was going to get it done. It looks better because they're experienced in doing this. Look, if you're going up to the big box store, man, and you're grabbing those cheap inferior materials, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing your clients a disservice, okay? Elevate your game, and sometimes you just have to put your foot down and tell the clients, like, hey, we're a professional company. These are the materials I know that are going to look good, and this is why you need to use this and not that. Guys, sometimes it's simply a matter of educating our clients, but I would encourage you, use professional materials in whatever you're doing. Take your game to the next level.